me now Senator Tom Coburn of Oklahoma. Good to see you, Senator.
Hey, good to see you.
So why did you think that it wouldn't be such a bad catastrophe?
Well, I think a couple of things. Number one, we always raise the debt limit, and by doing that, we never address the real problems that are in front of our country. We're not addressing the unfunded liabilities that are in front of us, that are $126 trillion. We're not addressing the debt. It's gone up twice the rate of our GDP just in the last 2 years.
Right.
So we're not addressing the real problems. And when you raise the debt limit, you take the pressure off the politicians to make the hard choices that we have to make. Mm-hmm. And you delay the time at which we make those choices. And consequently, the pain of making those choices becomes more severe.
So what do you make of this temporary deal that apparently Speaker Boehner has come up with to, give in to raise the debt ceiling for 6 weeks so that maybe they can discuss some of the very issues that you're talking about, entitlements, example?
Well, the question is will they do it again? I mean, how many times have we raised the debt limit? And will we continue to raise it? And if, in fact, we are going to fix those things, maybe we ought to put a roadblock in the way so that we're forced to fix them. Mm-hmm. So I'm not enamored right now with that position.
Okay. The name of this show is The Real Story, so we have real talk. And you're not afraid to do any real talk, Senator, especially when it comes to other members of your own party. So before the shutdown happened, you said that the GOP will fold like hotcakes on Obamacare. You didn't agree with the Ted Cruz strategy, did you?
Well, I don't. Look, I think shutting down the government is a terrible strategy. We need a lot of the functions of government. A lot of Americans are dependent on. Sending federal employees out and not having them work and then telling them ahead of time you're going to pay them for that anyway, that's just counterintuitive to me. So I think what we ought to do is the American people understand the government wastes a ton of money every year. The American people understand that we continue to raise the debt limit and don't fix the real problems. Mm-hmm. So I think we ought to line up with where the American people are and use the debt limit as a way to attract a coalition to actually fix the problems. Right.
So you tried to show that yesterday on the floor. So you brought out a big, huge credit card. And you were going to
one like this?
Yeah. And
yeah, this one shows the debt that we have as of October. It shows that this expires in 10/13. Okay. Should we get another one, or should we rip this one up? And I think we ought to rip it up. I think we ought to tear it up and throw it away. And now we have enough money to run 84% of the government. And let's make that other 16% a priority and figure out what's important and what's not, because I guarantee you 16% of the government isn't important in terms of the waste, the fraud, the abuse, the duplication, in terms of the way the Pentagon wastes money and buys things they don't need.
Right.
We're spending money that we do not have on things we do not need. And we can meet every commitment that's out there if we'll just do it.
All right. Well, Senator, I'm so glad that the second time around you actually were able to rip the entire credit card for us. Thanks so much for being our guest today on The Real Story.
You're welcome. Good to see you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
See you soon.